Didn't really make friends there, but you could tell that there were regulars. And my husband and I definitely had like our preferred clerks. And so it was like, oh yeah, that guy is working. Let's ask him this, and that kind of thing. So that was our biggest connection. But you could tell that everyone who was there was often there. Like it was very much like, oh yeah, this is the crew that comes in on Fridays to get their date movies or whatever. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you saw people in there who were like, maybe more looking for mainstream titles? Like, did you see any families going in there? Was it kind of a...
Yeah, you would see families, and I Love still had a pretty extensive like new collection.
Mm-hmm.
Um, of more niche movies, but then also your new Marvels, that kind of thing. And so, but I feel like it would almost force people to, like, if you came in wanting the new Marvel, well, maybe you get something else kind of weird too, and then you have both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like The Shadow or something.
Yes, yeah,
Alec Baldwin. Do you remember, like, so can you talk about I Love Video closing and like what the sort of was there sort of like a feeling around town that you picked up on from the community or your own feelings about it?
That I remember just feeling like everyone was so sad about it, and it was fall of 2020, and so there's already this kind of air of COVID desperation of like, well, what else is gonna fall by the wayside. And I think everyone was still really sad about Vulcan closing in 2018, if I remember right. And so it was just like, it's a common thing in Austin to be like, well, that's, there's all the culture, it's gone. And that's not necessarily true, but it really, really felt that way. And, and then it felt like COVID, but before the vaccine came out, all that stuff, it was like, that's the time everyone wanted to be watching movies. And, and then also the physical aspect of it was just like, but what's going to happen to all of those tapes? Where are they going? And I feel like all the articles I read and anyone I would talk to would just be like, but what's going to happen to them? Like that there was such like an attachment of like, those are kind of our movies, Austin's movies. Like we want to make sure that they're still going to be used and well kept and all that stuff.
Yeah, can you, for people who might not know, can you speak to the like scale of the airport location, the size of that collection?
It was incredible. I'm trying to think of how to. It was probably 5,000 for square feet, I'm sure, and it was 2 stories, and so the bottom story just almost looked like a warehouse of shelves and just packed. And then the second story had a cool little catwalk, so you could lean over and look at the bottom floor. TV's going, you could watch people browse, and then the top floor had all of these little rooms where you could go in. There'd be like the foreign room, and there's romance over here, and it just felt like kind of endless. Like it was just huge.